Do you remember the time that Hillary Clinton, the self-proclaimed champion of women's rights everywhere, valiantly came to the defense of a beauty queen whose feelings were hurt by Donald Trump because he called her fat, but at the same time conveniently failed to mention to the American people that her husband has been accused of rape on multiple occasions?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Hillary Clinton is trying to position herself as the champion for women everywhere, and this isn't new. She famously spoke at the UN and said this:
"Let it be that human rights are women's rights and women's rights are human rights once and for all."
So it should come as no surprise that it didn't take very long for Hillary Clinton to call Donald Trump a racist and a misogynist on Monday during the debate.
And he called this woman Miss Piggy. Then he called her Miss Housekeeping because she was Latina.
Now, if you don't know who she's referring to, then here's a brief rundown. Alicia Machado was the very first Miss Universe, and she has accused Donald Trump of the following.
Donald Trump called you Miss Piggy.
Yes, Miss Piggy, Miss Housekeeping.
How did that make you feel?
So sad.
Even though there's really no proof that Donald Trump called her a racial name, we do have video of Donald Trump saying she was fat.
118 pounds or 117 pounds, and she went up to 160 or 70. So this is somebody that likes to eat.
Now imagine that, a beauty queen being judged by her appearance. Now I'm not going to defend what Trump said, as I personally don't agree with beauty contests to begin with. I feel like they bring out the worst in humanity. However, does anyone else find it kind of ironic that a beauty queen is upset that the guy running the pageant, a contest completely judged by looks, made a comment about, wait for it, her looks? But Miss Venezuela is not the angel that she appears to be.
Where you were accused of driving a getaway car from a murder scene. You were never charged with this. The judge in the case also said you threatened to kill him after he indicted your boyfriend for the attempted murder. I just want to give you a chance to address these reports that the Trump surrogates are talking about.
You know, I have my past. Of course, everybody has. Everybody have a past. And I'm not a saint.
Now, according to people on the left, this shouldn't matter. Who cares what she did in her past? The fact is, she made a claim against Donald Trump, that he was mean to her, that he verbally assaulted her. Speaking of assault, Hillary Clinton has gone on record to say that all women who are victims of sexual assault have the right to be heard. And she has said this on multiple occasions. This poses a problem for Hillary, because now we have to ask the real question. Should all victims be believed? If Hillary wants to be the champion of women everywhere, perhaps she should look into her own home. Because if you haven't been paying attention or didn't know, Bill Clinton, the 42nd President of the United States and the husband of Hillary Clinton, has been accused of sexual assault and rape on multiple occasions. You may have heard of a few of his accusers, to include Kathleen Wiley, who accused Bill of groping her, Paula Jones, who accused Clinton of sexually harassing her, and finally Juanita Broaddrick, who accused Bill Clinton of raping her in a hotel room when he was running for governor of Arkansas.
And then he forces me down on the bed. And I just was very frightened. And I tried to get away from him, and I told him no.
And the saddest thing of all is that they're not the only ones. In 1969, while studying at Oxford, Bill Clinton was accused of raping Eileen Wellstone after they met at a bar. In 1972, a woman told campus police at Yale University that she was sexually assaulted by Bill Clinton. In 1974, a student at the University of Arkansas accused Bill Clinton, then a law school professor, of forcing his hand inside of her blouse. When confronted by this accusation, Clinton claimed that the student came on to him. During Clinton's first term as governor of Arkansas, there were at least 7 complaints from women who said Clinton forced or attempted to force himself on them. Christy Zurcher, who was a flight attendant on Bill Clinton's plane in 1992, said that Bill Clinton exposed himself to her, grabbed her breasts, and even talked dirty. She then went on to say that former White House attorney Bruce Lindsay tried to intimidate her into silence about the assault. Bruce now serves as the chairman of the board of the Clinton Foundation. These are not all of the women who have accused Bill Clinton of sexual assault or rape. These are just the ones that I had time to put in the video. Remember, Hillary Clinton has stated that all women should be believed, so naturally, upon hearing the news of these assaults, Hillary Clinton rushed to the side of the victims of her husband. Right? Wrong. Hillary's responses to these allegations were not to believe or comfort the victims, but to instead use the full force of the federal government and the media to silence, intimidate, threaten, and defame these victims.
When all of this is put into context and we really look at their motivation, backgrounds, look at their past behavior, some folks are going to have a lot to answer for.
Real champion for women, right? If Hillary Clinton is unable or unwilling to stand by the victims of sexual assault, then she should stop using these same victims as political capital to get elected. If she really thinks that all women have the right to have their voices heard and be believed, then she should stand with her husband's accusers. But she's not going to do that. Instead, she will continue to play the woman card in the hopes of securing her spot in history as the first female president of the United States. I guess the very least she could do is to stop pretending that she cares about women. Oh wait, she already did. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please subscribe to this channel, like the Facebook page, and follow me on Twitter. If you like what you saw, please consider donating to my Patreon page, and please don't forget to share this video with your friends, family, and coworkers.